Hello everyone, Nigel Saunders for KW Bonsai. Today we're looking at our Hibiscus Bonsai and it's in flower today. I've got one flower out and there's 3 more buds on the way. Here's a shot of the flower close up. You can see it's quite large, almost the size of my hand, but it's just beautiful. They don't last very long. They last maybe 2 or 3 days. And then they shrivel up and fall off. There's a shot of sort of the side of the flower. You can see it's sort of a trumpet-shaped flower. I'm sure there's a lot of insects that would really like all that pollen on the end. Here's a shot of the 3 new flower buds. You can see this one's just starting to open up. You can see some of the color in it. I've got a small one back here. And another one back here. Behind all this foliage, we still have the shape of the tree in there, but it does need pruning. So I've just been letting it grow in the winter because winter time, if a tree's growing, it's happy. If you're trying to prune your tree down to size in winter, it usually doesn't work very well because you get a lot of cloudy days in a row where the tree's not getting much light. And if you're pruning it down, it doesn't recover very well. So I found in winter it's just best for the health of the tree just to let it grow. And on these long shoots we get our flower bud. So after it's finished flowering, so we've got 3 more flowers to come out, we'll update those flowers, see what they look like, and then we'll prune the tree down to size. So we're back after 9 days. I was hoping that all 3 flowers would come out at approximately the same time, but the first one came out a few days ago and it bloomed and fell off. So this is the second one now of the group of 3 and it's looking really nice. It bloomed yesterday for the first time, so this is day 2, and then on day 3 they start to turn more of an orangey color. They kind of come out a bit of a reddy color at first. So the first flower I showed you was on its last day. At nighttime they fold up like this and it fell off that night, so it was the last day I could have filmed that first flower. However, this one should last 1 more day, so it'll be 3 days total. Here's our flower close up. Beautiful flower. We're going to be pruning the tree down today, so I'm not going to wait for the 3rd flower to come out. I just want to get the tree pruned down to size and get it outside with all the other trees. The first step in our pruning is we're going to be taking back all these long shoots from winter. These are our winter shoots. And we're going to be taking them back to probably our first pair of leaves. And we want to pick a leaf that's got a good direction because at the base of each one of these leaves is a bud. So when we prune it off, we'll get our new shoot will grow in the direction of the leaf. So let's prune it down roughly for now. We're going to take it off. I'll take it off here for now. Here goes our flower. Beautiful flower. I've rotated the tree around so you're seeing the front of the tree now. And I can continue pruning just roughly for now. Taking it back. This tree or shrub or whatever you want to call it, it may never be a classical bonsai with, nice tiny leaves and that. But your bonsais don't have to look like miniature trees, every one. This one is grown primarily for the flowers, which I just pruned off. But so most of the year it's with green foliage. You keep it pruned to look like a tree, and then in the winter time I let it grow, and I get these beautiful flowers every now and then. So that's kind of what this tree's for, is just variety. You don't want every tree to have, nice small leaves and a fine structure. It's nice to have ones that do something extra. So now that it's pruned down roughly this size, I'm going to, this one branch here comes quite far forward, and I want to reduce it down or back and possibly even remove it. But I'm going to have a look. I don't have my turntable in here. There is a shoot coming more vertically here. I'm going to prune off this long part. So I'll do that. I'm going to leave a bit of a stub. Just, you know, see what happens here when it scars over and this gets more vigorous. I'll clean the cuts up. We've got another lower branch here that's coming quite forward. Let's see what we should do with that. I think we'll just take it off. There's another shoot coming out the side here. I'll take it off to there for now. Like that. We'll decide what to do with it later on. We may remove this entirely at some point in time. Now, if this is our apex, we want this to be the highest point on the tree, and we've got some higher points at the back here. So let's try and decide what to do with that. So I'm thinking, this was kind of our intended apex, but I'm thinking this is a better apex back here. And the reasons why I'm thinking that is it kind of brings the balance of the tree back over the root base. If you look at it from the side view, we have the whole tree kind of tilting forward quite a bit. Whereas this branch kind of brings the apex back over the root base and kind of balances the tree. So I think we're going to do that, which will mean we may reduce this front branch even further back, because it's kind of sticking straight out at us. And if this becomes our apex, we don't want any more, you know, movement out front. We have enough. The tree's leaning to the front. We have enough foliage this direction. We want it more towards the back. So I'm going to reduce this one even further. Back to there. It's got a lot of buds along this branch that'll come out, and we may do some further directional pruning later on with it. So this side branch, it kind of is very straight. It's like a single curve. It's got, you know, little movement to it. So I'm going to cut it off here. And we have a leaf here, so it'll get some movement. Be more of a horizontal branch. I think this branch is okay. We've trimmed it off. It looks at the right point. We can do some cleanup work on this branch back here. It's kind of getting congested. Doesn't really have a nice flow line anywhere. So we're going to do some cleanup work on it. So first we'll cut off, I think we're going to cut it off right to here. There, keeping it short. Would this be a better flow line instead of this branch possibly in the future? We'll just cut the top off this one. And I don't see any future for this one going up vertically here. I'm going to get rid of that. Like so. Okay, let's have a look at it now. I don't like, there's a vertical branch here that I'm not liking. I'm going to remove that. It kind of clutters it up a bit. There's a leaf back here I'm going to remove. And we got to sort out the structure over here a little more. I'm thinking I'm going to prune off this vertical part of this branch, keeping the little branch, and then we're going to just get the tip off there. And try and get it growing in a better direction. This one I think we could prune off a little shorter also, to about there. Our apex, I think we'll leave it for now. We will reduce it later on, but I want to keep, you know, some leaves on here so it gets stronger, the apex. And then when it gets grain strength and takes over as the main leader of the tree, we'll prune it back shorter, and there'll be lots of buds in here that, you know, we can prune it back. So yeah, we probably want to thicken up this main apex section of the tree so it kind of, you know, dominates the trunk line. And yeah, I think these branches will probably have to be removed at some time. Yeah, that's all the work we'll be doing to the tree today. Over the summer, we're gonna, you know, try and do more pinching to get some finer branching and ramification. This, as I said, this will never be a, you know, small, tiny leaf, delicate bonsai with lots of ramification, unless I grow it huge. Yeah, it's more, you know, a tree that's grown for flowers, not a tiny miniature bonsai. So that's it for today. Nigel Saunders of KW Bonsai. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.